In doing my prepping, namely canning food, it turns out I've discovered something new, or maybe not new, but that is the difference between storing food in plastic versus glass. And I'm not talking about food that you can, I'm just talking about temporary storage. Now, certainly there will be certain foods that won't fit in a jar. And in that case, you will probably have to resort to plastic. Or as I often do, is I'll use a food saver vacuum pack and put it in plastic, and that makes it last longer. And those bags are so cheap, it makes a lot more sense to store in that than this. Of course, the only problem with that is you can't really vacuum pack in the bags anything that's liquid or very, very moist. But here again, you can store it in a jar and vacuum pack the jar. You don't have to can it, that is pressurize it, or put it in a hot bath or whatever. But if you're talking temporary storage or refrigerated storage, then simply put a lid on it. Let me pause this and get my hand vacuum packed here. I can use the vacuum from my food saver, hook it up with the vacuum tube right there. But typically that's not real convenient. Instead, I have got a hand vacuum pump. And that will vacuum a lot of the air out, enough to create something of a seal on the lid. So now I've got a lid sealed. I use this a lot for shredded lettuce because the more air you can keep out of that, the longer it'll last. But anyway, there's a lot of uses for this. It's very convenient and it's totally reusable. All you got to do is wash it out good, and you're good to go. As opposed to these, which are cumbersome and not as easy to clean. They got lips underneath that sometimes will trap food. If the food will fit in a jar, whether it be a quart or half gallon or gallon jar, you're much better off to use glass. Well, that makes my point while I'm in this video right now.